What's to do, YouTube? It's Holy One, and I'm going to be reviewing Tokyo Xanadu X Plus. Now, Tokyo Xanadu X Plus, if you just heard the music, has some really good music in this game. Top notch. They don't have any English voice acting. It's all Japanese voice acting, which I think is perfectly fine. The Japanese voice acting in this game, I think, is better than, I prefer some of my games in the English dub. So, this game is very similar, but very different to the Persona series of games. Persona, this game has the high school setting. Interact with players, build relationships, build very close relationships. But unlike Persona, you don't have to sit through the boring classrooms, which I know turned a lot of people off, where you had to do the classrooms and you had to answer the questions. You couldn't really skip certain sequences that drew the game out really long. There wasn't a skip sequence in Persona 5, though Persona 5 had its own art style, as does this game. And what also makes this game different is it is not turn-based. It is an action game where you gain different powers when characters. Each character that basically joins your group has potential, where once they enter this realm of the supernatural, where these enemies spawn, they unlock their potential. Similar to unlocking your Persona, you unlock this potential where you unlock this weapon. An ancient deity gives you these weapons, and then as you can see from the gameplay, the game is very action-based, and as you level up and unlock more characters, you can unlock special attacks. Each character has a unique weapon, so with each boss, you have to think about which character you will utilize, because that weapon will be extremely helpful with beating that boss with a certain elemental weakness. And since this is action-based, you have to think more about what to do in a strategy, whereas in Persona, you could just spam one element and down the enemy and just kill them quick. So this game takes a lot more strategic. And the game has different difficulties. The highest difficulty is Insanity, but once you beat the game and unlock New Game Plus, you can unlock Calamity, which I did beat both difficulties, and my god, they were insanely difficult. But really worth it, because if you play these difficulties, you can unlock costumes for your characters. Each costume you unlock for a character, you can place on their head, their body, all sorts of great stuff for that. So what's cool about this game, these costumes are all in the game. All the costumes are included in the game, and they're not paid DLCs that were removed from the game, like Persona 5 or these other Japanese games. This game is what you get. What you buy is what you get. There's no other add-on stuff, I don't think. What you get in the game is the costumes, what you get. And there's certain exclusive costumes you can unlock. And the higher difficulties you beat, the better stuff you get out of New Game Plus. To even unlock Calamity difficulty, you have to unlock New Game Plus. Like, think of the Tales games. You unlock certain features for New Game Plus, and then you unlock those items, and then you can use them. Like, bet more. You get a ton of money when you start the game. You get exclusive costumes. You get exclusive weapons. You get exclusive items. Now, when it comes to game length, this game has a long story base similar to Persona 4 Golden, where you beat the main story. You could do a New Game Plus, or you could play the after story, which is basically, there's this other evil that was behind everything, similar to Persona 4 Golden, where you have to figure out what this evil is, and you have to destroy it. And if you don't figure it out, then, you won't get the secret ending and stuff like that. So, the story is really good. The characters are really good. I felt a bond with each character. I don't think there was a character that I didn't like at all, unlike certain games I played. And unlike Persona, where you can't max out each character, it's similar to that as well. So you have to choose which character you want to max out for each playthrough, because there's certain achievements you have to get for each playthrough you do with the game for each character you unlock. Now, each dungeon is different. Some you can go back and repeat to get special items and gear. And if you want to skip past the dialogue, you could totally do that. The main story could be about 50 hours if you take your time and enjoy it. And the after story can be about 10 or 15 hours, I'd say, for the after story, which isn't too bad. That's depending on the difficulty. If you're just playing easy mode, you could probably beat it in 30 hours like I did on my first playthrough. And then on your second playthrough, you can raise up the difficulty if you want, like I did as well. Well, I didn't play it easy, I played it normal, so just be fair warned. If you die, the game will say game over, and it'll and then you reload at your last save point. So if you don't save and you die, well, the consequences are severe. So, this is my review for Tokyo Xanadu X Plus, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is your boy Holy One. Out!